There's potato tonight, chicken, mixed veggies, and some toast, and Coke Zero.
Hello and welcome to Fox Sports News.
And Fox Sports News.
Having company this Friday night. Here's what's happening in sport. A huge Friday night doubleheader awaits in the AFL. We'll take you live to Adelaide Oval and Marvel Stadium to preview the action. May Day for the West Tigers. Taylor and Terrell May answering the call by signing new long-term deals. And Aussie star Dyson Daniels gets tossed down as his Atlanta Hawks plummet out of the NBA playoffs. Well, it's a huge Friday night of footy all around the country with the Western Bulldogs hosting Fremantle and Showdown 59 taking place in Adelaide. Our reporters are standing by at both Adelaide Oval and Marvel Stadium. First, let's go to our reporter Monique van der Hayden at Adelaide Oval. Mon, great to see you as always. How are both sides placed heading into this one?
Well, Gemma, if you'd asked me that about a month ago, I would have said Showdown 59 should be a relatively one-sided affair, likely in Adelaide's favour. They, of course, the minor premiers last year. They, by all accounts, are still striving for a premiership now in 2026.
Adelaide Oval in South Australia. The city of churches, Barossa Valley,
Some of the form that we've seen from Port Adelaide in the last fortnight,
all in South Australia.
and then against that win in Geelong last week. It's
There you
really
go.
made many in the footy community rethink what we can expect from Showdown tonight. And it should be quite the interesting matchup. The Crows, though, they will be heading into tonight without one of their key pieces in Jordan Dawson, their skipper. He did head home back on Tuesday earlier this week for the funeral of his late brother Jared, who did sadly pass away just over 2 weeks ago. Now, understandably, the club is giving their captain all the time that he needs to manage through what has been a very difficult time for him and his family, and really the whole community of Road. But what it does mean with him missing is that Adelaide Crows' midfield woes could very much be exploited by Port Adelaide tonight. They were minus 22 for contested possessions and minus 1,000 metres gained at clearance against Brisbane on the weekend. It's been one of their glaring issues so far this season. They really haven't got that midfield mix just right. The one shining light they could have tonight is the return of Dan Curtin. He has missed the whole season so far with a dislocated kneecap that he suffered late in the pre-season. He was the runner-up in the Rising Star last year, and all the news from the Adelaide camp throughout the summer is that he's going to be one of their top 3 players going forward. Now, on the Port Adelaide front, they have just the one change. Todd Marshall comes in after being ruled out with illness last week in that 30-point win against Geelong. Arguably one of Port Adelaide's best wins they've seen in the last 12 months. And it was all because of their midfield stars in Zach Butters and, of course, Jason Horne-Francis. We really haven't seen that combination too much in their history at the club together. But as the Josh Carr era at Alberton really starts to take shape, we're seeing that combination more often. And Gemma, it's dynamic to watch.
Can't wait for tonight. Thanks so much, Mon. Let's head to our other reporter, David Zeta, who's at Marvel Stadium ahead of the Western Bulldogs clash with Fremantle. Dave, great to see you. The Dogs are desperate for a win and they've made plenty of changes to face the Dockers. What can we expect?
Marvel Stadium at Docklands in Melbourne.
For them, Gemma, of course, we know he's missed the last few weeks.
Melbourne, Australia.
He's really been the focal point for the way that the Dogs set up. So not having him out there has been a pretty significant blow.
Marvel Stadium at Docklands in Melbourne.
No Sam Darcy. They're missing a fair few. Marcus
There you
Fontenelle
go.
playing hurt at the moment with a knee concern of his own.
On that footy.
Look, they're certainly going to be up for the fight. We know what happened here last year in the final round of the home and away season. It was basically an elimination final. It was one that the Dogs lost to the Dockers despite being the favourite. So I think that would still burn somewhat for them.
Fox Sports News on Cannon Sport.
To qualifying for some September action in that particular year. So Fremantle, we know, of course, they're all concrete at the moment. They're 6-1. They are one of the sides that are being tipped to go deep into September. They haven't really defeated too many high
Okay then,
sides, at least judging by
Ian
market.
Dowlane is sporting up today and please gamble responsibly.
We'll see how they go tonight. They are expected
Make
to
common
get pretty
sense. You
comfortably,
can
but
download
of
his
course,
sporting up today
as I
and
said,
please gamble
Sydney is back into the
responsibly.
boost for them. So it will be a
Okay
fascinating
then.
clash tonight between two sides that both are
That's all.